Using this strategy, I've been getting Amazon to ungate me instantly in different brands. So let's talk about it. If you're a new or even more experienced seller on Amazon and you've been looking to get ungated in different brands, I have a ton of tips for you. Now, for the past several months, I've been testing a bunch of different methods when it comes to submitting selling applications to get ungated on Amazon. And from that research, I've been able to obtain a 100% approval rating in over 30 brands, including the latest one, Pokemon. Now, if you're anything like me, when I first got started selling on the platform, I had no idea how to get unrestricted in different categories or brands. So naturally, I started looking at different blog posts and YouTube videos to figure out what was the best way to get ungated. And that led me to submitting selling applications that would just get rejected one after another. But since then, I've been able to come up with best practices that result in me getting approved 100% of the time. And more recently, I've been getting approved almost instantly whenever I submit through Amazon. So make sure to stay tuned through the rest of the video and I'll show you exactly what these steps are. But to back up and explain how I discovered this, the entire reason I even went after Pokemon to get ungated is because I know depending on certain card packs or characters that you might be able to get them at a really cheap price and then resell them on Amazon for some insane profits. Just as an example, a while back, I came across these TCG tins that I purchased for $9.99 a piece and that are selling individually on Amazon for around $30. I also came across listings where you can bundle all three of these tins and the current buy box price is a little over $100 for that. And get this, looking at the Keepa chart, which shows listing price history, back in November, this bundle of three was selling for nearly $275. And if I was to sell it at that price, I would net about $200 after fees and cost of goods. Now, in case you're wondering, this isn't the actual item that I use to get ungated in Pokemon, but as you can see, there's a lot of profit on the line, and that's the reason I had to find a way to ungate this brand so I could start selling these tins. But stay tuned and I'll tell you about the item that I did use to get ungated to sell this brand. But first, let's talk about the process of submitting a selling application for approval on Amazon. And as you may or may not know, they do require you to submit an invoice that follows a number of different requirements, including that invoice reflects a combined purchase of at least 10 units. And contrary to what you hear everywhere else, to get approved to sell a brand on Amazon, you do not need an LLC, you do not need a seller certificate, and you do not have to purchase through a distributor or a wholesaler. In fact, I've been using an everyday retailer to get ungated in pretty much every brand that I have since I've been selling on the platform. So if it might benefit you to learn how to use a retail store's invoice to get ungated on Amazon, please take a couple seconds to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so I can show you step by step exactly how it works. But anyway, to continue with the story, I went ahead and ordered 10 units of this Pokemon branded item, which cost me about $50 in total. About a week later, I received my order, and within the shipment, they included the proof of purchase document that I would then use to apply for approval. Now for this next piece, you want to pay close attention because using these three simple steps have almost guaranteed me approval anytime I submit a selling application. Now for the first and most important, you're going to want to make sure that you're taking a clear picture or scan of the invoice that you're going to be uploading as part of your application. And this is one of the main reasons why I see most sellers get their request for approval rejected. So just make sure that every piece of the invoice is legible. The second step is taking pictures of the item. And I would recommend taking one picture that somewhat resembles the listing and then another picture of the barcode. Now, I've seen in a lot of cases where Amazon will reject an application and they'll state something like the order hasn't been fulfilled. So make sure to take pictures because this will really prevent you from receiving this rejection notification. Another step that I think is really important that gets overlooked is the comment section. You want to make sure to enter as much information as possible for the Amazon rep that's going to be reviewing your application to make their job easier. And for me, I usually put something short and sweet to the effect of, per invoice, purchase 10 units of XYZ item. Now take a look at the timestamp when I submitted my selling application to get approved to sell Pokemon. And as you can see, I was approved within seconds. Now with that, I will admit that this is speculation, but I don't think it's a coincidence that I'm starting to get a lot more of my applications instantly approved based on my history of successful requests in the past in prominent brands on Amazon. But I would be curious, if you do plan to use this strategy, Please follow up with me and let me know if you start to see a similar pattern of instant approvals as well. Now for the specific item that I use to get ungated in Pokemon, I do have to shout out my friend and community member Victor, as they were the one who found this item that has gotten me as well as other exclusive group members ungated in this brand. And if you would like to get approved to sell Pokemon amongst other brands, consider joining my Patreon, where we discuss ungating tips, reselling strategies, and much more, and that'll be linked in the description below. I also wanted to ask for my viewers' input because I have been doing this ungating series for a while now, and I want to make sure that you're not bored with this content. So I need each and every one of you to go ahead and hit the like button and leave me a comment to let me know that you're still enjoying this type of content, and I'll be glad to keep putting out ungating videos. And if not, let me know below what else you'd like to see from me. Something else I wanted to mention more so for my new sellers is that selling application rejections are still a possibility, and many sellers still experience this. So if this might happen to you, don't get discouraged. As you saw earlier in the video, it's happened to me many times before. But I've learned a lot from those denials, and I've actually put together very specific steps that you can take if your selling application gets rejected. So if you would like to learn how to overcome rejected selling applications, go ahead and click on this video next, and I'll see you over there.